This is the Fresh Market. I'm Stephanie Marpy. We have Emmy Phillips, Rebecca Pruitt, Kevy Looper, and Nathan Jennings, and we took a look at personal bests, RBV and VRIO. We looked at their intangible and tangible resources and determined their value and implications. When we talked about resources, we divided them into intangible and tangible. We're going to start with the tangible resources. PBA is staffed by volunteers, which consists of parents and alums. There's also other contracts of Coach Hudgens. PBA also has a loyal customer base that's made up of teens pursuing athletics. There's also merchandise, which consists of team uniforms, t-shirts, and hoodies. And also PBA has training equipment that is donated by Sportsmith.
Some of the intangible resources we identified are contracts that Coach Hudgens has with various facilities. The first is Union High School, and the second is Southminster Church. Another resource he has is his website and his training resources. His training resources include his skills and his techniques that he uses, as well as his experience and knowledge bases, and the coach and the other coaches' experience and knowledge base, as well as his training videos. His next resource is his word-of-mouth marketing. Because of this, he has a strong reputation, and it draws in clients that are determined to improve. And he has a lot of strong support financially, emotionally, and physically from the parent base. When we analyzed Coach Hudgens' intangible resources, we found that vision, brand, and culture really run hand in hand. We decided that vision is really Coach Hudgens' mission for the organization. Now, the brand is the implementation of that vision, and his culture is the overall feeling of unity, family, and faith within PBA. Another one of his resources is social media. He does have a Facebook group and a fan page, and Coach Hudgens has a personal Twitter account, but these are not being used to the highest potential that they have. Also, all of his members have a discount that they have access to at Tulsa Runner. At this stage in the business, we have identified 3 capabilities. The first is Coach Hudgens' coaching skills and his experience. The next is his training techniques, and then his training processes. Now, an intangible capability that we identified is his club vision. This creates a mentoring relationship, building up the students spiritually and physically.
Now we're going to look at the tangible and intangible VRIO. This is where we listed out all the resources and analyzed if they are valuable, rare, costly to imitate, and organized properly. We saw volunteers and customers to definitely be valuable in that they are what makes PBA go. So we do need volunteers and customers to run, obviously. But these are not rare because they can be found elsewhere. They are costly to imitate, however, because a substitute for volunteers would be hiring a staff member. And then training equipment. This is valuable in that it's very needed for PBA to train, though not rare or costly to imitate. You can find it pretty much anywhere that you'll need to, and it's a standard. So there's going to be, every other club in town getting the same equipment. Next, analyzing the intangible resources. We saw facility contracts to be very important because they are so costly to imitate. They are what is going to sustain the business to make it have a place to perform. So PBA needs a track, they need facilities, and contracts will sustain this as it has to be in writing and firm, and it will have a sustained advantage. I want to jump around a little bit from website and social media. They kind of go hand in hand, but this area has a lot of room to grow, and they're close to a disadvantage just because it's not being used to full potential. Services, very valuable, but they can be found elsewhere as well, so it's not necessarily rare. Word of mouth marketing, this is costly to imitate because you have to have that reputation as a foundation in order to have good word of mouth marketing. And then vision, brand, and culture. We really saw this hand in hand again, and this is valuable, rare, and this will bring a temporary advantage because it is what sets him apart and sets PBA apart to be that foundation for the students, both physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
Once again, we're the Fresh Market, and if you have any questions, you can contact our team leaders, Stephanie Marpy and Rebecca Pruitt.